Split me up for the situation, everybody. Oh. What the hell does that mean? What's that mean? Damn, man. I don't know. I got all these. Fuck. Look at these things. They're freckled. I got like 5 more of them. It's time to make a smoothie, I think, because that's the only real constitution of a situation and what can be done to the endeavor of all those bananas. There's a lot of them. I feel like just hucking them. Just hucking them. That's what I want to do is just huck them. I must explain the situation of the last videos. Can I spell that out on here anymore? I say it in the song. It's the F. It's the F word. I don't know. They do this little, do an asterisk, an up arrow. I don't want to do a percentage. You can't do an at because it'll try to at something. Anyway, these are all freckled now. I don't even feel like eating it. My stomach's gurgling. I feel like I should go on a fast. Not a dry fast though, but my stomach's gurgling. I eat buttered noodles. It's against my sanctity, so to say. My stomach's gurgling though. It's making me angry. So I had a song that said, "Don't F with me." And I said, one says, don't get on the bad side of my soul. That's what one was labeled. That's where I've been at lately. And I'm okay to represent that. So, oh man. Anyway, I was talking about guitars again before this, and I was looking at them. And I can't. There's no reason at all. There's one epiphone. It wasn't even on the jumbo one anymore. But it was called like a PR, stands for presentation. Is PS or PR, or maybe PRS. I think I made myself exit out of that. No, it's a PR5, not PRS. Now a five curves itself almost like an S. Thankfully, the one I was just looking at says it sold, so I can't get into that situation of having it be like on the way to me, and worrying and wondering about it and then fighting back and forth about it. It looks like it's the body shape of a jumbo, except for the curve is like a hook like this, where the cutaway is on the guitar. It looks like a jumbo body size, and it's the curve of that guitar shape. I love it. I'm fascinated by it. I am whimsical. Like when you could actually be romantic and find affection, towards other humans, when that was possible to do so before everyone became like obnoxiously disgusting and everything. Like that's how I feel about these guitars, and it has this curve that goes up into like this point, and it reminds me of like really gorgeous electric guitars. And I figured it out as I was speaking in my own brain to myself when I was thinking it, that I'm at with acoustics where other people probably, and myself used to be, with electric guitars. It's just recording the high end and the overhead of electric guitars has been such a tumultuous task that I couldn't put up with it. So I modulate an acoustic electric, or even just the acoustic recorded, and I'll put some gain and some drive on the acoustic, and then that will be enough for me to do that. But for the body styles of acoustics, I am very much into the cosmetics of acoustic guitars. I admit it. if it has a certain way of shape and look to it and everything, I enjoy that quite a bit, you know? That's why I, you know, did things to my other guitars, basically just with the pick guards, but it's fun. It puts part of yourself through the instruments you have, and then when you play them, you know, your formation of how you yourself play comes through based off that bonding with an instrument. I wish it could be the same regarding people and people, but everyone's out as competition to one another these days, fending for themselves, not building things together. But everyone seems to be the other person's adversary in some way, which is annoying. Anyway, my stomach's growling. It bothers me. I'm gonna drink something with some food grade diatomaceous earth in it, because I don't like the idea of things gurgling around in my stomach. In fact, I'll even eat a little bit of some more hot pepper with the seeds here. I don't like it either. It's like you're getting ready to jump into the cold water or something. But you know, I'm pretty. Um, this is water, by the way. I don't drink alcohol. Sorry to ruin your connotation. I was thinking, yeah, it's got some. It's got some. It's not one of those peppers that's a dud. You know, these people that they like celebrate not drinking for like a really long time and everything, which they shouldn't, I guess, unless they can drink and handle it, and not become vicious jackasses and horrible, monstrous, you know, gins. They don't get taken over by their gins. I don't care if people drink or whatever, but it's weird that people that stop drinking can be celebrated. And if I haven't like been an alcoholic my entire life, and I'm focusing on building things, working on stuff, it's like, oh, who the hell cares about that? What you gotta do, damage yourself severely. Get addicted to something and not be addicted to it anymore. You know? And then, oh, there you go. There's your one part right there. It's called "What Am I Gonna Say to Get in Trouble Today?" There, we got that through at least. Oh, it's fucking. I like this. Used to get fucking shoulder freckles like the banana is freckling. But I don't know. I don't like to run out in the sunlight too often anymore these days. You know, but see, and then you got this. You only got that much water left. We got at least 3 more of those pepper goes right there. And it's not gonna even out and carry enough through from one to the other. You know, I don't want to hang out. I don't want to have this on the tip of my fingers too often either, because I itch my eye or whatever. Really red up, spice up. I don't know, much good idea. It is. I don't want to over complain about it. It's not terrible or anything. It's just you can taste it. You know, it's pretty obvious. It's not jalapeno either. It's pretty certain jalapeno. Most jalapenos are just watery anymore. Real. But that's doing it for me in there. If I was gonna eat like a half of a whole one, that'd be like what, like 17 minutes of feeling it or whatever. This is just like 2 minutes or so. So. There, you're done with the saving grace liquid, rubbing your pepper fingers all over everything for a later on kind of have a surprise. Anyway, my nose is starting to water. It's nice. Yeah. So I'm not Jewish, by the way, and I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not a druggie. We kind of smoke cannabis every once in a while for a ceremonial purpose and all that. I realize I don't like the way it affects me anymore, but I do smoke. I do got mushrooms as a, what do they call it? Dosing, micro dosing or whatever. Mushrooms for a little bit, just like for a few times in my life, but took the rest of my cannabis and realized I needed to flush it down the toilet, so I flushed it down the toilet. I realized I'm gonna get any altered states. I was gonna do it in the manual way, like breathing, pranayama, breathing, and meditation, and all that. I'm a personal benefactor of meditation. Not the everything spiritual gets fashionable, and everything with soul in it becomes marginalized. So it's always strange for me to talk about things that I'm ultimately serious about. There we go. That did it. Yeah. Felt pretty good. Now I'm hungry for the fucking banana though, man. So I don't know. I got tons of pieces of paper like this, laying around from when I was printing lyrics. And it would always, I said that before, it would always print that extra one page and it would fill up about that much of text on it. And it's just really makes you think, my whole body's getting hot because of that. I mean, come on, man. How's a pepper not a drug then when you think about it? It's your perception and your consciousness has to react to the situation of the heat and everything going on. So I thought about that before, about how magic is basically being able to take an egg and cook it on a pan. You go from a liquid to a semi enough solid, and that itself is magic. But you don't want to get too frantic with trying to participate in the. Oh shit! There's another one right there. PR5E. Damn, there's more of them. I don't know if I can handle this anymore. Don't look at them. Might end up with one. I got enough guitars. I never thought I'd say that in my life. Because that one, when I was only playing that Walden guitar a long time ago and made the Shadow Soon Hiss the Dead Man album with a Walden guitar, that thing was like a junker, but I listened back to it and it sounded. I think if you're passionate about anything, you'll be able to use what you have and make the best of what you have. But I feel like I'm like adopting pets or something. Every time I get a guitar and you bring it in, you're like, you relish the bonding with it. It's like if I had a harem or whatever, I don't care how that sounds too. I don't care how that sounds. Anything I say, I can back up what I say. Because I can either believe it later on or just throw it away as I approach new ideas along the way anyway. It's a low trust society. I want to play out quite a bit more too. Still haven't gotten booked any decent full-time shows or anything. I like to get paid. I don't want to just waste gas money all the time. I think I can put through a couple hours of playing and all that. I don't really want to force myself to do a couple hours though. I'd rather do like an hour and 20 minutes. Because when you force yourself to compact all of it, don't you want to just something about quantity and quality, Let me look at this then. It says there's one coming from Tennessee, 305 15s, $53 off, and then with tax, probably re-adds the 53. See, people do sales sometimes to cover the amount of tax that you'd end up paying. It has free shipping though. It's come from Tennessee. Is that the one with the 2 stamped on the neck? Because it's a second off or something? Yeah. You'd have to stare at that often. And this is another one from Georgia, but didn't pay shipping, so this one's 305 plus tax again. So it's about, 356. This one's 300 plus the 70 shipping and then tax too, so but oh yeah. It doesn't have the marking on it, but it's got wear. Chill out. You're just looking at it too because the corner of it has that sharp curve. I swear though, that's like a major. It's the reason. It's because I'd look at it and that would bring out us. I'm not joking. That would bring out you playing the guitar a certain way, having that curve of the cutaway, And I don't know if it's a heavy guitar or not. Based on that jumbo I have, that's a heavy guitar, but I love it though. It's like a tank though. I swear it's like a tank. Had to have that reverb, so it has to exist, doesn't it? And I saw another one on that other in the box stores with the M. Same one from the same branch or whatever. from Arlington Heights. It's 300. Says it's excellent, but I'd like to know. Because I just, man, I don't know. I might wind up trying to make some excuse about how I can get a t-shirt company started or something like that. Because that's something I wanted to do for probably like 9 years now, but I don't want to make that dip my foot in and realize I'm working with the wrong company. I ordered shirts from Teespring before. They were printed and the quality was just like by the third wash, even when you followed the instructions of turning them inside out, flaking everywhere. I had screen printing before. I did a business a long time ago. A screen printing business, a skateboard business and everything. Realized how crap I was at running a business. Good at design, good at the creative end, intuitive forming of designs, and when you tap into that zone of creativity, it just happens, and it's, it's fun. There's a dude named Barney Bubbles who did the artwork for Hawkwind albums, and I feel like he often a person ended their own existence or whatever, but other people too out there that created pop art or whatever for bands where it carried on more so than being just a thing that was stamped and then bygone. It carried on to the, time to be effective beyond its generation, I guess you'd say. So I feel like when you tune in and tap into that kind of creative thing, it works well. But then what? Marketing it? Use a little bit of some help there. How to market things. Yeah, this idea, like you write down that you got a Patreon beyond the stuff you're working on and everything. It feels more like a chore. It's like, oh, I'm sorry to annoy you. You could be doing this and check out my Patreon, and then you're there. Patreon's like fucking cobweb collection city there. So I want to ruin my stomach lining. Not that I was going heavy on the peppers or anything. Anyway, there's those other pieces there. I'm thinking, man, I got to get those eaten pretty soon. Anyway, stop looking at that, because you're on that one now. It's PR5E. It stands for presentation. I don't know what the 5 would stand for. PR5E. So you got done looking at that jumbo guitar, and then you're like, that Yamaha, the one that was in black, you're like, it's like, so what, man? You got a Yamaha FG830. It's an upgraded version of that one that's in black, and you're just, what the hell am I thinking? What am I doing? I love music, that's what. I love music, and my nose is starting to drip now. I'm so happy that those peppers were hot, that they weren't duds. So I don't know. I want to go take a long hot bath and figure some directions about things out. I'm supposed to fill out some form where there's mandatory lines, and I was like filling stuff out, and I don't have any information for those lines I was supposed to fill in that are mandatory, so I couldn't finish the form. And then even before the form was finished, you had ad block turned on, so you had to refresh the whole thing, because it wouldn't. Some things don't submit with ad block on, and who wants a world with billboards everywhere? Does anyone remember his dial-up days where his pop-ups flying at you all the time, always everywhere? I remember that. I remember the good days. I remember what we tuned out so that we could cling with, rose-colored glasses, to the nostalgia of everything. But it was really good too, though. Custom BMX bikes and riding wheelies, jumping down gravel hills and all that kind of stuff. Taking a giant plastic pool that was disbanded in some neighbor of a neighbor's yard. 3 people, 1 skinny, 1 medium, and 1 fat. 3 of them in a plastic pool going down a snow hill. The momentum has gained itself to be where we cannot stop. The hill we had sled down. Yes, that's true. We have a creek, an icy creek coming up. All right. How cold has it been? Is this ice gonna hold us when we launch off the bank into the creek? You know, that's to be continued with that.